And hey guys, it is time for your favorite web television show in the whole Ghana. Web TV show in the whole Ghana. Web TV show and Shatter should book me, but forgive my foolery, guys. So the week has almost ended, and we are bringing you the top picks from the entertainment world. Anything that caught eye, anything that made our ears twitch, and every big headline story. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. And guys, we are right back. We are here to give you the picks for the week. And we're wasting no time. We're going to dive straight in. So starting at number 5 is quite on a sad note. So the passing of Ebony Reigns hit Ghanaians so much because it was such an unexpected accident. And it just plummeted the whole nation into a state of mourning. It's been 4 years since she passed, and sometimes you don't recognize how fast time moves to like commemorate that and events like this. So after 4 years since her passing, her family commemorated her death with a statue, more like a sculpture of her face at her burial ground. A lot of celebrities dropped in to share their condolences, and whenever this news come up, every year you're reminded of the star that we lost, such a rising star with so much potential, and you're just going to think to yourself, what could have become of Ebony if that unfortunate accident never happened? That is a question we can't answer, but we keep on wishing her to rest in perfect peace wherever she is.
That's right. Now, moving on to our fourth pick for this week, Abena Korko, the one and only queen of bipolar society in Ghana. I mean, it's not something to make fun of. It's a mental disease, and she's battling through it. And we're all here, and anytime, you know, she relapses, she comes out to make all these damning allegations against various people, men, women, nobody is spared. And quite recently, she revealed that she is going to, you know, release an audio tape and a book.
Whole stories.
Abena Korko should pay you for that.
Right?
She should pay you for, right? Whole stories. I love it. Abena, you need to come, like, bring $1,000 and we're going to give you that title.
Exactly.
Like, we don't charge much.
My mom is
But yes, Abena Korko says she's going to release a book, you know, talk about all the things that she's been through. Of course, if she writes a book, it's going to be a very big one and very informational.
more like an expose.
Why do you have all the right words to Abena Korko's situation? But yes, Abena Korko says she's going to release it because you people cannot be enjoying all her stories for free. She's going to put it in a book and bring it to you guys, and we'll see whether you buy it to read. But yes, it's in the pipeline, and hopefully she does it. Okay, so now that she's going to write a book, I don't think there'll be any more exposés, video exposés, Instagram exposés. Yeah. She's going to put them in the book. So if you're looking forward to any more exposés from Abena Korko, watch out for the book and the audio tape.
And moving on to our third story. This one definitely boils my blood and makes me angry. So yeah, the E-levy debacle has been going on for months. Ghanaians are strongly against it, or let's say the majority of Ghanaians are strongly against it, and the government is head-on trying to still have it passed in Parliament, I mean the ruling government, led by Nana Aba Anamoah. So the Swami MP and Majority Leader of Parliament, Chey Mensah Bonsu, or Honourable, as he would like to be called, Chey Mensah Bonsu, celebrated his birthday over the week. And yes, the guests were not surprising because, of course, he expected people in positions of power, the plush party style, not surprising. But one thing that surprised Ghanaians was a cake that spelled out boldly in green bold color, E-levy. The E-levy cake angered a lot of Ghanaians as tongues started wagging and Twitter fingers started tweeting. Because what do you mean by E-levy cake? It was so disrespectful and tone deaf, considering a lot of Ghanaians are heavily sentimental about E-levy and are trying to not even have it passed and let their voice be heard. Well, that was what he decided to do.
Yeah, he did that, and then the next day, the National Democratic Congress said, okay, we're going to stage E-levy protest, and I think it went peacefully. And these are all things that, as a country, that majority of its citizens are against the passing of a bill like that. These are the small things that we can do to make our voices heard. Hopefully, it will be heard. But the celebration with that cake, it just boils down to the fact that you people can make all the noise you want. E-levy, no, ebeba. The cake just meant that we are going to celebrate it. Now, when the news of the cake came out, there were, people were trying to figure out how it came about. And then somebody tweeted that it was from the minority, the NDC. It was reportedly from Chairman Wontumi, who had sent it over as, a present to, the majority leader. Turns out it was false news. And when GH1 TV heard the news that it was from the minority, they quickly updated their social media updates and stated that yes, indeed, the E-levy cake was from the minority. However, when news came out that it wasn't from the minority and everything, of course, they had already, committed the blunder. And of course, Nana Aba Anamoah is in charge of affairs at GH1. She took the bullet. Everyone came after her stating that this is not the first time they have committed such blunders. For instance, they showed porn at hours that they were not supposed to show, and now E-levy and blah, blah, blah. It's always a back and forth. Why don't you sit down and fact check your stories before, publishing them? And these things have happened to a lot of media houses. Sometimes, social media has become one of the major sources for news. In these last few years. So if people come out and then they pick stories, of course you have to fact check before. But yes, Nana Aba Anamoah is taking the heat, and people are coming up. When the number falls into Twitter hands,
they mess with her, they deal with her, unfortunately, but yes, they do. Also, aside the Nana Aba angle, so Honorable Sam George, the anti-LGBTQ plus bill crusader, went on television to dare Honorable Chairman to mention who he said brought the cake to him, because no NDC person or MP or official went to the party to present that cake as a present, because they're already on the side of the people. And also speaking on the protest, it went well, and Sam George was still trending. Yes, he's quite the crusader for the people, whatever that means.
You can find cheesy pizza at the Ring Road, Kasua, Damsoman, Osu, Asherman, Hacho, Speeters, and Adenta. Cheesy pizza, your way.
And guys, moving on to our ultimate pick of the week. And this had a lot of people talking, okay, Sarkodie. Zina said when Nana Aba is thrown to the Twitter fingers and Twitter mouths, they do not spare her. When Sarkodie is thrown, they do not spare him too. And this time he called it for himself. So there's a sneaker business or sneaker retailer who likes to post the sneakers on social media for promotion so that people can buy it. And the person posted an Air Jordan sneakers that, to him, he was selling for 300 Ghana cedis. Yes, of course, you all know that technically it's not 300 Ghana cedis, but Banku, we already wear Banku because if you afford the original, right? But Sarkodie saw it and said, fashion police. Said, come on, and posted a screenshot from the official website of Jordan's, and the pair of sneakers cost $1,068. And then Ghanaian said, hey, Kabute, it not be you and I check shirt. Me say, what about the Throwback? I say, yes, people were shaking. People were like, why would you even do that? And you know the state of the economy. You know that people cannot afford 1,068. He rebutted and said, if you can't afford 1,068, there are other cheaper sneakers. You can get that as well.
Converse. They be on the better Converse.
The information Converse answered that. Well, another celebrity that was always waiting for Sarkodie to fall is Shatta Wale. So Shatta took to Twitter and said, hey, your favorite artist turned fashionista, and admitted that he's wore Banku so many times before he could afford the original. And I feel like that's the basic lifestyle here. Fake it till you make it, right?
Right.
So it's really toned there for it to come and tell. I didn't even say you fake.
But it's the sub collection people brought up that, Y'all are so mean. People were like, you were selling all this mediocre stuff to us at exorbitant prices.
And people even didn't buy.
And now, you're coming to tell us, you know, levels change.
Levels change.
So Sark is telling y'all, stop wearing banku.
I'll wear the banku.
Stop saving your money towards Rapaholic and put that money together and go and buy original.
He said it. You can
find cheesy pizza at the Ring Road, Kasua, Dansoman, Osu, Asherman, Hacho, Speeters, and Adenta. Cheesy pizza, your way.
Hi guys, welcome to Top Pick segment. You know what we do? We always select the fun things that you may have missed on social media. And let's start with our very first segment, which is Shade of the Week. And I mean this week, Sarkodie has gotten his fair share of social media trolling and social media jabs, from his comments on the E-levy to a very funny thing that he did that, in my opinion, he shouldn't have done. So a page on Twitter posted a shoe for sale, and Sarkodie thought, you know what, I'm the ambassador for alerting social media users about Banku. So young man, please be honest, this shoe you are selling is Banku. The original price is like this. And a lot of people felt like, nah, Sark, this is a bad view. Like, you don't even have to stoop that low. Let your fans do things like this and not you. So social media users said, you think we have forgotten. But Sarkodie, we have not forgotten. So reacting to Sarkodie's, tweet about the guy's shoe, someone called PY on Twitter says, for the wild days, then your G-Shock make like Baba Yara scoreboard. But today, you see the Yawa you they do. Guys, if you don't get the shade, years ago, Sarkodie, launched a collection. And he had some sort of belts and shoes. And according to PY, those belt logos, yeah, and his watch, they looked like the Baba Yara Sports Stadium scoreboard. Very, very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful. Like, Ghanaian Twitter users, you have no respect for the highest king of Ghana rap music, Sarkodie. Did you have to go that far? Anyways, I can't tell if the watch was scoreboard or not, but all I know is Sarkodie shouldn't have even responded to the person's tweet in the first place. Now, we're moving on to our next topic, which is hot pigs. This woman has been featured so many times in this category. At this point, there's nothing hotter she can drop that will shock me anymore. But one way or the other, she still seems to find a way to shock social media users. And Hajia, for real, is not taking it easy with her poo pics. I mean, the body is banging, the skin is on point, the bunda is popping, and everything is on point. I mean, Hajia, for real, is the definition of hot. So hot pigs, she wins every single time. We're moving on to our next segment, and our next segment is What the F. And I mean, this week, What the F, it blew my mind. I mean, you do this if you're in your room, but in the church, this young lady finished drinking her Burkina and says, no, I paid 3 cedis for this Burkina. I need to make sure I clear every single drop. So she goes ahead to insert her hand into the bottle, clears it out, and in a chua in the public space. I mean, it's so, when you watch it, you're just going to be like, what the F? At least do it in your room, but not public like that. Anyways, we are ending with my favorite category, as you guys already know. We trace all the way back to when they were on the moon, before they became stars. It's Throwback, and this week's Throwback is none other than the king of our categories this week, Sarkodie. And this jawline of Sarkodie is so sharp, it can cut a wood, or it can even cut metal. But people brought it out. People brought out Sarkodie's old pics, when he had a lot to say on social media this week. And it's the kissing of the Fanta for me. The jawline and the swag. And when he was younger, he was fine as hell, though. But when life and Temala started rocking him hard, he was really going through it. But he's definitely the definition of your past do not define your future, because he has elevated so high up. He definitely is a better man than he was years ago in these photos. And guys, that's all we have for this week's top segments. We hope you had fun. If there's anything fun you think we should cover on top segments, please make sure Please make sure to tag us in them on social media, and we will bring them to you same time, same place, right here. It's Ameyaw TV. Peace out.